everybody? DjGoHam here. Welcome back to the channel. It's Pops and News, baby. Today we got 48 mods on the testing list. All those 22 mods were released today. And we got 12 modders to talk about, including new mods coming from SiiD Modding and 82 Studio. Let's check it out. Starting off with the mods and testing. In total, we got 48 mods on the list today. 36 are in stage 1 and 12 are in stage 2. Some notable mods in PC testing today include Big Grape Factory, Build Your Farm Silo, and Fresh Products Warehouse Pack. Also testing, we have the Hurleman XL Pro, the John Deere 9X30 T Series, the John Deere C850 Air Cart and P576 Air Drill, as well as the Lizard Colossus Harvester Pack. Rounding out PC testing, we have the Pumpkin Weight, Small House BR, and the Thieving Pack, which we'll talk about later in the video. The only map in PC testing today is Riverside 22. Making our way into testing for consoles, we got the Factory Bottle Milk, Lizard HPN Series Brazil, and the Lizard Roadrunner Hay Squeezer. And your maps in console testing today include Blackwater Bottoms, Frankenmuth Farming Map, which again, we'll talk about later in the video, and Piney Run. We should have some fun maps to play on this week if they all release. And of course, with all that being said, we still have 122 mods sitting waiting to be tested, and the current average waiting time for newly submitted mods is 2 work days. In addition to the mods of testing, 22 new and updated mods were released today on the in-game mod hub. I've already made a video showing those off, and you can find that linked in the description. Jumping over to the biggest news in the modding community today, SiiD Modding has sent off another few mods for testing for all platforms, the John Deere S690i and the John Deere 9880i STS EU version. There's going to be lots of configurations and customization, as you would expect from SiiD Modding, and plenty of options to make it your very own. In addition to these is Klaus Lexian still being worked on, at least right now, for all platforms, and he started work on a surprise, a Duisfar Combine Harvester. We don't know anything specific about this, but I'm sure a few of you guys out there know exactly what this is, so drop it in the comments if you know. Another mod that was sent off for testing yesterday for all platforms was the TLX1982 series from 82 Studio. Just like the Combine Harvesters, it's just a waiting game now. Speaking of the TLX, a new truck has seen the light of day, a classic TLX, the 1982 Special. We got some new trucks, monster trucks, and heavy haulers now. It's time to take it back to something a little older, a little bit more on the classic side of things. Keep an eye out for more information on this new truck, the TLX 1982 Special, as the week goes on. Bcbuhler Farms has made a lot of progress on his pickup header over the weekend. It is now fully animated and some of the configurations are ready to go too. We will be getting more information on configs later today, but it's working, and the animations are looking great. From what I've seen in previous posts, a map will have to be prepared for this feature to work properly, with Edgewater, Saskatchewan being worked on by them, being one of the maps that's coming in the future that it will work with. And yeah, that one's for all platforms. Well, once it's released, it will be anyway. A few weeks ago, LRModding announced a new mod that they were working on, the John Deere DB60 Planter. And today, we get to see some new screenshots of the model up close. They're also going to be adding the DB90 and 120, which is super exciting. Right now, LR is about 3/4 of the way through making the base model, with everything else left to go after that. But it's really awesome to hear that we're getting all 3 models. This will also add more options to the mod hub, giving players the ability to use the version that they prefer most, or you could just have one of everything. That's what I'll do. Nothing wrong with that. SrVertex is adding something kind of cool to their Valmont series. Well, it's actually a separate mod, but it's a planting marker, but it's not an ordinary marker. This will go on the front of your tractor and will adjust its size to match the implement being pulled. Just keep your eyes forward and place the marker chain at the barrier line between the worked and unworked soil, and you're good to go. It's more of an eye line rather than a plow marker on the ground like we've got now. I like this way better because there's no chance of messing up anything that you've already gone over. Very cool addition being added to the tractor, but like I said, if you guys want to use it on other tractors as well, you can with no problems. Although, it has been made specifically for their Valmont in mind. Gamer Design shows off some more work on the interior of the Lizard 669 Feller Puncher with some of the dials, switches, and controls ready to go. And it's a lot further along than these screenshots may suggest. He says he's been finishing up the finer details over the weekend and hopes to have this mod ready to go to his personal testers later tomorrow or maybe today. We'll see. Let's go. Univers Simu Modding has a new pickup what looks to be all the models coming with the Thieving Pack, which is currently in testing right now. If we go off of this picture, which it looks to be everything here, we've got 5 tipper trailers, 2 spreaders, and a bell trailer. Along with that, we'll also be getting a silage blade, which is near the center of the screen. We also get to see all of these separately in other screenshots, but this is pretty darn cool. A lot more trailers than I thought we'd be getting. Everything that they do is for all platforms, so keep an eye out on this mod for the following progress throughout the week. And MrModding's bunning trailer is now fully textured and all of the moving parts have been separated. Now, it's time to get this bad boy in game and get everything ready to rock and roll. This is MrModding's first official mod back after being away from the community for around 18 months, and it is really good to have him back. Adub Modding's adding new customization options to the Lizard Brush Cutter, better known as the Weed Eater. This is going to be version 1.3. Made the plastic guard a configuration, made the rod and the plastic guard have color configs, lower the purchase price, and optimize the i3D file. Adub's really leaning into the hand tools recently, as he's also released a shovel mod today for all platforms. Check that out if you haven't seen it already. Bcbuhler Farms is back with us and has some updates on a few maps that they are working on right now. And since Frankenmuth is in testing for consoles right now, let's start there. This is going to be update 1.7 and should be out soon. There is no new save game required for this as long as you've already updated to version 1.6, which does need a new save. So if you guys are playing on this map right now and you have not updated yet to 1.6, I highly recommend that you go ahead and do that, speed up the process. Speaking of, the Frankenmuth 4X version is getting through progress as well, as it is continuing work every day. And lastly, the Michigan Farms map for FS22 for all platforms is complete and playtesting is starting this week. It's also going to be submitted tonight for testing to go ahead and get a head start on what needs to be fixed and worked on the map, but realistically, this is going to take a little while before we see it released on the Mod Hub. Maps generally don't pass testing the first time around, but it is really nice to hear that this map is moving so quickly. I can't wait to play on it. A few weeks ago, Kastor Modding announced that their next map project would be Thuringia or somewhere in Thuringia. And over the weekend, we got our first look at one part of the map. The map is still being worked on, but it's great to see such a highly detailed screenshot already being released for this. Just the second screenshot for the map that we've seen as well. Imagine what we could see next. And lastly today, MrHector Mods has a massive amount of information on the Carpathian countryside map that they started work on back for Farming Simulator 19, and they've continued to work through into Farming Simulator 22. We got plenty on the side-to-side images for you guys. The map is an estimated release of around the beginning of 2023, but things could always change, so just kind of don't think about that too much. He's also planning on adding it for all platforms on the Mod Hub, with support for different gameplay mods like Precision Farming, Maze Plus, and Object Storage for PC, things like that. He's also about 65% completed with it overall, and things are looking pretty good. There's also been a few comments that I wanted to address in his post saying that things looked better in Farming Simulator 19 than they do in the Farm Sim 22 screenshots. Now, this has nothing to do with MrHector and his modding. This is all just down to the way things look in Farming Simulator. And just in general, looking at these side-by-sides, it's kind of hard to disagree with those statements. Both look really good to me, though. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And let me know how bad the self-aware segues to the outro are. Should I keep them in? Should I get rid of them? Or should I just remind you that just like every episode of Farm Sim News, links to everything that we talked about today can be found in the description. There's no release dates for mods, so no one knows when any mod's going to be released. And if I didn't talk about something that you want to know about, that just simply means that there's no new information on that topic at the time of recording this video. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel for updated information on everything that you need to know about going on in the world of Farming Simulator. Well guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it, get subscribed if you're new, join the DjGoHam fam. Make sure your notification bells are on as well. That way, you never miss daily Farming Simulator videos here on the channel. With that, hope you have a great day. We will see you later. Peace. Yo, for real, like sometimes when I record the outro to these videos, I just kind of like blink out and go into nowhere. It happens. I'm not proud of it.